The rectification order is a really important part of the new powers for the BPC, and it is something that, if it's used wisely, could make a very big difference for consumers who are really in trouble and really need help. Basic principle that you can have a regulator come in to a building site, either if it's being built or a home that's being finished and has serious defects, and say to a builder, look, you have to sort this out, is not a bad one. If you're a consumer who's had the misfortune to engage a dodgy builder, you are going to find yourself in a situation potentially where you might have to go through a legal process that takes not months, but usually years to be resolved. And it is an appalling process. You find yourself going through the DBDRV process. We have to sit around and try and conciliate. But really, for some cases, conciliation just doesn't work. If someone doesn't want to do a deal, they will just game it, and it can be dragged out. Then when you finish that process, unless you get extraordinarily lucky, you're going to find yourself being told, okay, now it's off to VCAT, and you'll be hopefully finished in a couple of years. Now, that sort of process is appalling. It's effectively broken. And quite frankly, processes like the rectification order being introduced are very much part of a trend, which I think the legal profession have been extraordinarily naive about, of removing from courts and the legal profession the power to resolve disputes. Instead, the governments are saying, well, look, legal profession, you've stuffed this up. You just don't provide a service that works. And so in selected cases, you're starting to see governments go, well, okay, we'll bring in our own system, which will hopefully get a quicker outcome. And so for consumers who are facing an issue with a builder, it sounds like a great outcome because, okay, I've got a problem with my builder. Their work is defective. I want it fixed. Instead of worrying about lawyers spending tens of thousands of dollars, I'll just go to a government regulator who will give me an immediate answer and I'll get a quick solution. It sounds fantastic. And so realistically, if you're even the most decent, gentle consumer in the world, someone who wants to be fair to your builder, if you know you've got that shortcut, that simple process you can follow, you're going to take it every time. Why wouldn't you?